wrestled for, like I said, for 38 years. And on the road wrestling, I always kept my talents. I liked playing guitar. I was in a band. I had a deal with Capitol Records. And I had done the Gold's Gym logo back in the early 70s, the little guy on the t-shirt. So I always kept my hand in graphics and doing things, which allowed me to meet people from various walks of life. And because of that, I formed a federation called American Wrestling Federation. And I took these people that would come to me and they wanted to train, they wanted to be wrestlers, and I would use them on shows as like fundraisers. I'd go to high schools, junior highs, whatever, and I'd put on a 2-hour show, and I'd bring in my students along with some pros, and we'd run a 2-hour show of pro wrestling. Well, it caught on, and it caught on big. And pretty soon my website started getting a lot of hits, and I started getting a lot of calls from people wanting to train. You have people that are dedicated, and you have those that are flakes. You're going to show up and they don't show up, or they try it once and they're afraid they don't like it, or they try it once and they're hooked. Well, right now I've got a real good group of people, and 99% of them will never make the big time of wrestling. Even though they watch WWE constantly, they don't have the look, they don't have the talent, they don't have the charisma, they don't have the ability to do what those guys do at a high level. And if they were to contact WWE and say, look, I want to train for wrestling, Vince McMahon would look at them and say, no, I don't want you. I want someone from Venice Golds who's a 300-pound bodybuilder, because that's what it's become. But I like working with these people. I like the results that they've had, because they've come to me overweight. I have one who's dyslexic, ADD. I have one who's autistic. I have one who has high blood pressure, high cholesterol. He needs to lose about 50 pounds. I have women that do the same. When they step in here and train with me, I teach them the basics of wrestling. I teach them how to get an aerobic workout out of it. I restructure their diet to basically a bodybuilding diet of high protein, low carb. And I've had amazing results with all of them. They've lost body fat. One guy lost 75 pounds. Another one lost 50. They've gained muscle. But more important, they've gained self-esteem and self-worth. They actually feel they're doing something for themselves that's really out of the norm. And how many times can you stop somebody and say, gee, what's your hobby? And say, I'm training to be a pro wrestler. Oh my God, no one does that. No one in the right mind anyway. I just turned 62 and I'm still involved in it. I mean, I have numerous injuries where I tore both quads off my legs and torn everything in my body, but I still like to go out there and get involved in it and transfer what I've learned onto somebody else so they can become better at what they do. So for me, it's very gratifying to see people take something that I spent years doing and learn from it, and even improve their home life, their sex life, their relationship with their family, their parents, their husbands and wives, because they become better people. And they've restructured their diet so they feel better. They lose weight, they have more energy, they walk taller, and they sit higher in the saddle, they get along with people better, and they just become better people. So because of all that, I just wanted to take this thing and escalate it more and draw more people in and see if I can just keep turning them out and working with them. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And it's very gratifying, as I said, to see somebody come in here and in a few months become a different person in their life. So I'm hooked on it. I'll probably do this till I'm 102. David, who looks like Steven Seagal to me, is a big kid. He's got great size, and he has great athletic ability. I think he could really, really go somewhere. He's 18 years old. He's been training with me for a while. He needs a lot more polish, because it takes a lot of polish to do this. The moves are one thing. You have to learn, you have to have charisma, but you have to have a character development. You have to learn what you're going to be. You're going to be a good guy, you're going to be a bad guy, you're going to be middle of the road, but you have to project that to an audience. So I teach them character development, and when they do in the ring, they project to 10,000 people out there, because it can't be small right here. It has to be bigger than life. So yeah, I think he can go far. The other ones can do certainly independent shows, because the independent wrestling market's getting huge. Wrestling's on TV 5-6 times a week now on networks, but you have the little federations around, like I have, that run all over the United States, and they run shows, spot shows here, there, and everywhere, and they draw 300, 400, 500 people. Well, when these guys get good enough, I can ship one of them out and have them do a live show in an actual professional match. So yeah, some of them will go to the limit. Some will just stay where they are, but eventually what I'd like to do is run another show of my own and put them on it. Let them get in costume, create their character, create whether the good guy or the bad guy, and do a 15-minute match in front of everybody and say, look, this is what I learned, this is what I have, this is my skill now. It's made me what I am today. And it'll be an accomplishment. And then from there we'll see where it goes. It might go to something else.
So you offer that all here?
I offer that all. I will teach them what to do if they're going to be a good guy or a bad guy. We call that heel babyface. There's terminology in wrestling that was a closed circuit, closed captioned secret for years. It's like magic. You don't reveal the secrets of magic or wrestling, but now with the internet, there's no secrets in life at all. But yeah, I teach them character development. If they're going to be a heel, most likely I'm going to dress them in black. You know, some will wear a mask, some won't wear a mask. But whatever they want that fits their character, I will try to find out what works for them. Then they'll learn how to project that character to the audience, which is an art in itself. How you have to get those people, you have to get 10,000 people to hate you, or 100 people to hate you, it doesn't matter how many, but you have to do something in the ring to create that heat so that when the baby face or the good guy makes his comeback on you, the fans love it. It's like a movie. You've got your good guy, good versus evil in a movie. You have your chase scenes, which are the high spots in the ring, and then it comes to a climax in the end where one almost wins, but the other one shifts and the other one comes out on top. And that's what I teach them. There's a lot to it.
Great. And could you just, will they go that far as wearing in the ring here, like their wardrobe?
They've already ordered it.
And so you'll actually at one point.
Oh yeah, we'll have them. Absolutely.
Wardrobe?
I brought masks in one day. I have an assortment of masks because I used to wear one as well. And it's a different thing working under a mask. You become a different person, like Halloween. When you put a mask on and go out trick-or-treating, you're not yourself. You're whoever you want to be. In the ring, it's the same thing. Now, I've wrestled my son many, many times, and he's a good-looking boy, and sometimes he'll wear a mask, or sometimes I'll wear one. And then the whole object of the match is trying to get the mask off to see who it is underneath it, so the fans say, well, who is it, you know? And then they'll pull it off. Oh, my God, it's the Equalizer wearing a mask. But you do become a different person when you wear it. It changes your whole persona, and you can get away with things in the ring that you normally wouldn't do if you didn't have it. That's part of your character development.
Okay.
But we start off with a drill, and I have them do certain exercises like run the ropes and then a forward roll. I have them do what they call a back bump. When you see somebody land on their back hard, that's a back bump. If you do a front bump, you push yourself out of the corner and you do a flip in the air and land flat on your back. You either go forward or backward. And then you do a headlock and you go into the ropes, and you might do a shoulder block and you take the bump. When one guy goes forward, the other guy usually goes backwards. So I teach them to take their bumps forward and backward. It's one of the hardest things to do is to fall backwards without catching yourself with your hands. You have to tuck your chin, you have to bring your hands in and hit the mat all at once so that you land flat. Otherwise you bang your head and you get a tremendous headache. You chip your teeth. So what looks easy on TV takes a lot of skill. Once they master that to where they feel comfortable, then I throw in the actual wrestling holds like hammer locks and wrist locks and all those kinds of things. They're actually real holds. Everything we learn out here can be used on the street for self-defense if you had to. So I think that it's good knowledge to have, because in the world today with crime and violence, and you got to know how to defend yourself. In fact, I'm teaching my 15-year-old daughter and her friends self-defense for teenagers because of date rapes and things like that. I want my daughter to know if some guy grabs her, she'll take him down in a hold and put it to him, maybe put him out. So those things are important.